Hey there, guys, and I want to thank all of you for the great feedback that you've given me so far in this series, whether positive or negative. Especially thanks to whoever was in the comments. I keep forgetting who's saying what, who was kindly telling me that I left my best hitter on the bench, which is true. So I didn't want to go into the game to play it without having it on camera. So I went back through and I looked at myself going through the lineup after I wrote down the lineup, and then I figured out like who it was. So we're going to make a couple changes here today. But first of all, to make things a little bit easier on us, we're going to start renaming some players so that we know what's going on here. Let me give you the music here. There you go. So we're going to start renaming the players a little bit, probably like I said before, one at a time, so that we can figure out who's who. And I think after today you're going to figure out kind of what the naming scheme is that I'm going for. This is not going to be much of a secret, I think, in the end. There you go. So no bonus points for guessing correctly what I'm going for here. But poor Linus has been out of the lineup here for a little while, mostly because of my own ridiculousness. So I'll tell you what's going on. The problem is that we need to have a place for him to play with that defensive 2. The thing is, look at that, he's got prestige of 11 as well, right? So we really should have him in the lineup. The thing is that we had Lucy, what a coincidence, come in and she's got a defensive rating of 8, right? So like, I'm trying to figure out, okay, where is it that we're going to have Linus play and how exactly we're going to have this work. I'm looking right now through my notes. I actually do have a list of like places where people are and where they're playing. So we had this guy playing first base because he has like no defensive ability. We need him in the lineup. That's the whole reason why we have him playing there. So Linus at best is going to end up playing in the outfield, and the question is pretty simple. It's like, well, can we get him? Is he better than the right fielder? Or no, the right fielder is actually pretty good, and then the other option is left field, which is being played by the person called second baseman, who has better defense, hitting maybe not necessarily so good. So you can see sort of what my dilemma is. Actually, what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this, and we get 5 bonus points, right? So we'll give ourselves a little bit of prestige, and we'll give ourselves probably a little bit of defense. And then, now that we've done that, I can probably justify sticking him into right field, and maybe not right field. How about center field? I've made my own problem a little bit harder. Well, let's see what we can do. Probably then the best place for him might be at first base, but that gets rid of our third base 1. So I do know that I definitely want to have these guys in because of their good defense, at least while we're at this stage. And then we do have Lucy catching, although we could probably have catcher 1 play at the catching spot. That's probably a better idea. Anyway, we're going to have to sort of figure out how it is we're going to do this. So we'll go over here to league play. Now, part of the reason why I say this and why this is kind of complicated is, as you'll see here, I don't have the ability here to go look at the player. All right, there's nothing that I can do. So I can go here to player change, and we can put catcher in. There we go. We don't want Linus playing there or there. We kind of want these guys have some like good hitting. So, I mean, you kind of pick your poison here as to which guy you want to take out. I think we'll take him out for now, and we'll put Linus in. And that's kind of what it's going to look like. Can we choose? We can go back to Charlie, so we're going to have him start this game and sort of see what happens. So, okay, let's see what happens here. Let's see if our players are too, bush to play, and we'll see what goes on. The other thing that we're trying to do, and you'll notice I didn't even change the batting order. That's another question for another time. The other thing that we're really trying to do is try to work our way deep into the count, which is something I've talked about a little bit last time. So I hope that we can get some base hits, and hope that we can work our way deep into the count, and hope that we can get some offense generated here, so we can earn some money and we can start pumping up some of these other players. I think that the goal, first of all, is to try to improve the players that we know that we're going to keep, and make them sort of as super as we possibly can, so we can, have them play other positions and things like that. Like I've said, the real big problem that we have is trying to figure out what to do defensively. That was a mistake. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. They got him in a pickle. So the real issue that we have is trying to figure out, like, defensively what it is we want to do with these guys, who we want to be, playing defense. really the guys at third and short, that should be what Linus is doing. And so we want to get his defense up as quickly as we can so that he can have good hitting and good defense and be kind of a star for us from the start. And by the way, he had an average of 0, which means that that game that we won by, 9 runs was not a game that he started. So you guys should have told me earlier what I was doing. I did it wrong. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's just part of the fun of the game, like trying different things and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And this is also, by the way, the reason why I refuse to, like, cheat or to, create a second team and do, like, those trades with 2 controllers and stuff like that. Like, I could do that, but what's the fun in that? I don't want to do that. We want to do this the legit way. Come on, go, 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 go. Oh, yeah, he beat it out. 3-0. So we want to do this the legitimate way, and part of the reason why is sort of to test the game, to see what it's like to actually play it the way that you're supposed to play it. But another part of the reason to do it the legitimate way is because it brings up all of these really interesting conundrums and problems that come up that you usually don't think of when it comes to this game. Like, okay, so what is it that you're going to improve first? That was good, but he was playing the line. Someone was telling me to pitch inside, then out. Well, of course, the first pitch is inside, and that doesn't work very well. The other thing that we'll have to consider eventually is having the pitcher, like Charlie's stamina rating go up. And that's the other question that we have, which is with the limited budget that we end up with, what do we buy, what don't we buy? I think, first of all, though, the real goal is to get the team up to the point where we can beat the SNK Crushers like over and over again to help us get more money, and then we'll slowly start getting rid of the players we don't want, and we'll bring on players that we actually do want. And he gets a base hit. Oh, yeah. The pitcher gets a double down the line. Gonna be a triple, maybe. No, it's not. Double. I love how he's running in from left field. He's about as far back as he can possibly be. I shouldn't have swung. Come get me, come get me. Here. There we go. Someone was telling me, like, tips about sliding and all that stuff. Yeah, I know about all that. I've played this game. Oh, man, just missed it. Shoot. It wasn't much of a line drive. It's like a line whimper. Alright. Here we go. We're under control. We got it going on. Yes, yes, yes. Go, 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 go. Alright, so there we go. We've got it going on. We got 4 runs in. Here comes Linus again. Linus is saying, hey, moron, how come you weren't starting me? Actually, that wasn't a very good at-bat by him. Alright, we gotta work the count, just like we're playing Griffey. Oh, come on. Man, I hate that on the outside corner. How in the world am I supposed to hit it? Alright, it's alright. We got another run in, so it's 4-0. There we go. I love the side of that. And the reason why you have to have your best defenders playing third and short is because if you don't, like, not only do you not make that play, but it ends up getting really, really ugly. The other team gets, like, a whole bunch of, There, hey, that worked pretty well, didn't it? The other team gets a whole bunch of base hits just to the left side because you can't throw the ball over to first. That was a beautiful play. If this was RBI Baseball 2, we would have a replay of that. Maybe we should play more RBI 2. Speaking of which, we'll have the video for that coming up, not, let's see if I remember right. Not this next week, but the week after. This next week, we're going to talk about the Hall of Fame. That's going to be non-controversial. The Fernando Valenzuela video that I had has people, like, jumping up and down in their seats. I need to stop swinging these outside fastballs. That was kind of weird. That ground ball looked like it had a little bit of topspin on it. Either that or maybe I've been playing this game too much. I'm starting to see things. I'm starting to dream about baseball stars. Alright, here we go. We got it going on. Yeah, Charlie's hitting 600. That's not bad for a pitcher, huh? He didn't do it that time. You blockhead. Alright. I was thought he was supposed to be fatigued since we started him the last game. I guess not. I mean, we're gonna get through 3. That's what you normally get through. So if you want to have some fun, check out the 1990 Tokyo Giants. Check out what their pitchers did that year. That's the team that had, like, I can't remember what percentage, it's like 60-something% of the starts or something like that were complete games. I say that because this game came out in Japan in 1989, so you would think that, like, you know, they would, like, catch on and know. Anyway, whatever. I should have pinch hit. I should have put Lucy in. Oh, come on, that was a ball. They didn't even touch the plate. Didn't get any wide. Whatever. I think that this guy is one of the players we don't want to hold on to, and he doesn't have any power. I mean, this is weak fly ball. See, when you have a whole bunch of, you guys are gonna have to remind me if it's hitting or batting, the one that's the power. When you get high enough power and you hit stuff like that, it just goes flying out of the park. But if you have like no power, then it ends up being like a really, really wimpy fly ball. And if you have a little bit of running ability, then you can beat that out, but if you don't, you can't. Alright. I haven't really even looked at the other pitchers, so I'm not sure who we're going to name. I think, though, that our pitchers overall have actually been pretty good. I think that whatever we did when we set this game up, we were able to get some players that had some pretty good ability. Alright, inside, inside out. Oh, come on, you gotta swing at that. This looks really tempting. Throwing out Manny Ramirez. Jab. I want to name my child Jab. I guess I was supposed to pitch inside on him. Whatever. Alright, well, we got some runs to lead it off. Here comes the big slugger. Actually, technically, if you were playing against a human, he could have thrown you out at first base. The computer's kind in this game, but if this were Bad News Baseball, I'd be out at first. That's another game that we should play. You know, the problem with doing these long-term things is that you end up forgetting about playing all the other fun games you want to play. But it's alright, we have a lot of time. This channel is not going anywhere. Double play ball, no, that sneaks through. You see, this is where I really wish that, you know, guys like this had actual hitting ability, because then he ends up doing that. And it kind of kills the rally. Drop, 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 drop. Oh yeah. Go back. He would have been out by like 2 miles. He would have been a dead duck. Alright, now we got, she's gonna come in here and she's gonna get a base hit. I love the female characters in this game, I really do. I love the fact that, you know, you have mixed gender teams, and I mean, you know, the way that they're drawn and stuff like that is really, really good. And the way that they play is also actually pretty good. Oh, shoot. Whoops. That was not intentional. Alright. Piece of cake, that's easy, right? And we have them, so they're taking out Jab, like why? I don't understand this. Why do they keep pinch hitting for the number 6 hitter? What are they trying to do? Maybe they're trying to do that, but, you know, okay, he's a little bit faster. And then they pinch hit for the number 7 hitter? I mean, I don't understand this. I'm not sure I understand, like, the theory behind it. Maybe somebody can write, like, a thesis about, you know, how AI works in this game. Well, that was pretty bad. Maybe I should have a pitcher who can actually field his position. You know, that might be a good thing. Good times, good times. I think those were the first 2 hits that we've given up. Alright, so far so good. Shoot. We don't have, well, we do have somebody, I can't remember which one it was. We do have somebody on the bench who has good running ability, but the rest of the guys that we have are all really slow. That's probably one of the last things I think that we're going to really worry about adding. Maybe we'll get lucky and grab some rookies that can run. Now the other question about this game is, you know, at what point in time do you get rookies, and what point in time do you like not get a rookie and instead get like a veteran player, right? How do you spend your money? Well, go baby go. The other thing that's hard about this game is figuring out if that's going to be caught or if that's going to be a base hit. Well, it's going to be a double anyway, no matter what, as long as you know how to do NES baseball base running. Come on, Linus, hit a home run. Well, that's something. Infield hit. He's pretty slow, so yeah, eventually we should think about giving him a little bit of speed. Oh, shoot. So the real thing that changed it for us here was getting the right players in the lineup. So whoever it was again that recommended that I actually look at the lineup and, you know, put some good players in, I think you have saved us so far. It looks like that advice was very, very good advice. The other good advice would be to only swing at strikes. That's another thing I could really use. Or actually swing where the ball is. That was a pretty embarrassing at-bat. You ever see those at-bats from the 80s where the guy's swinging at, you know, those split-finger fastballs that, like, just die in the dirt and it looks like really, really bad? That's what that at-bat was. That was pretty bad. Alright. I don't know, maybe I'll regret this decision, but this is the decision I've made. We're pinch hitting. Almost got hit. Boy, if that had hit me, that would have been even better. That's right, this is the reliever where we don't have to swing, right? Or maybe we should have swung at that one. Alright, yeah, we're doing okay, 19 hits. That's a lot better than we did last game. So that's one of the things I've noticed about this game, which is that, you know, if you play the game, you know, like the legitimate way, the game will give you the ability to beat it. Like, you won't be, you know, in a position where you simply cannot win. The trick is that you have to, like, do the best that you can with what you're given. I would argue, though, that if we were trying to play, like, the American Dreams, or even, like, the Lovely Ladies, they're not quite that good. But if we were trying to play a team like that, you know, for the money, we would end up losing every game. I probably should have gone to first. One of the problems, though, is that I may have taken that pitcher out a little bit too early, because this guy's not quite as good. But like I said, I mean, compared to other things I've seen in Baseball Stars, we actually had a pretty good start. We have at least some, you know, talent on this team. We're not, you know, complete, like, basket case of a team. It'd be nice if we could get this strike over. Yeah, that was not so good. I should have thrown to second. Oh, that was the third out. Oh, so it's a good thing I did that, isn't it? Look, oh, come on. Come on, that didn't hit any of the play. Come on. That's the sort of call that throws me off my game, so I start swinging at stuff that's way out of the strike zone just because I'm flustered. That was an awful at-bat. That's one to put on a YouTube short, right? That'll be a great advertisement for the channel. Here, watch me strike out miserably on 3 pitches outside the strike zone. Alright. What I really wish would happen in this game is I wish that if you got rid of a player, like you would get the money for the player, but it's okay. That would make it more like Football Manager, right? You have a player that has been playing okay for you, but you want to like move them on, and so you get rid of him, you sell him, and then you get more money, you can go get some more players, you have to balance your budget that way. This game's not quite that advanced. Oh, shoot. Oh, drop. Yep, there you go. I knew it was going to be a double all along. That was always going to be a double too. There you go. Just NES things. Yeah, that was pretty bad. We need to get some better hitters in this lineup. Of course, as I say that, we get a base hit like that. That wasn't bad. You can probably hear the sound of me frantically hitting the controller. This is very, very realistic. When I was growing up playing NES, I mean, that's what it was. Playing NES meant like mashing on the controller as hard as you possibly could, trying to get something to happen, right? It's like if you hit the A button a little bit harder, the guy will actually, you know, go the way you want him to go. I think we actually have another pitcher, don't we? We're about to find out. If we don't, then we're going to find out what happens if you don't have any pitchers left. What was that? Now there's the real highlight of this game. That was a little bizarre. He was out. It's alright. Alright. Well, we're gonna get some money from this. We had a little bit more prestige, so that should help us as well. I wonder who I'm going to put into pitch. Now, my other question is, what's up with the picture next to the pitcher's name, right? Like, it looks like it's like a girl. So, I mean, is this really a guy? Anyway, any other thing I was about to say there's probably not going to be politically correct enough for YouTube. Patreon only. We got our not safe for work in the Patreon. Just kidding, there's nothing like that in there. If you check out my Patreon, though, instead of Not Safe for Work, you'll find a lot of old baseball recordings and stuff. That's what you really should do. You should go check that out, because there's a lot of cool stuff over there. Anyway, so we get the victory here today, 13-1. For some reason, it's pitcher D1 that gets the win. I guess Charlie wasn't in there long enough to get it. So now we get our payday of $33,000, which is actually not that bad. So what I think we should do is I think we should start making a couple of changes here to the team. Let's see who our weakest link is. So I'm thinking about who is it that we have playing the field. It was like E1 is playing shortstop. This guy has absolutely no batting ability. And third base is D1. He also doesn't have much of a max, and his batting ability is also really suspect. So this is the guy that we're going to release. Sorry, you have to fire player. Go over to E1. Yeah, we're gonna fire this guy. This is where, like, maybe this will work, maybe this won't, but we'll see. Let's have a lefty. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let's do it. Alright, we're gonna do something like that this time around. We'll worry, like I said before, we'll worry about like who's gonna do what, you know, who's gonna have what or whatever it is with every single new time around. But what I wanted to do here is instead we want Linus to end up getting that defensive 9, so we can now put Linus in to play that position. Do we have enough to power her up as well? We do. So Linus, I think we're gonna have play shortstop next time around, and Lucio, that's not very much, is it? We want her though to have a little bit more hitting ability, so we'll just do that. And there you go. So I don't know, maybe that was the right decision to make, maybe it wasn't. You can go yell at me over in the comments and let me know what it is that you think. But there you have it. There's today's little episode of Baseball Stars. Hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully as long as the time works out, I can play a little bit more of this tomorrow. We can have some more fun then. So I'll talk to you then. Bye.